Hey, Side of Ranch here, and I'm back with another in-depth character build tutorial. And in case you're new here, I have a series called Baldurized, where I take iconic characters and I try and fit them into Baldur's Gate. I live stream those builds on Twitch, and then I cut those down into minute-long shorts that I post on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. And I'll link Caitlyn's short now so you can check that out if you're interested. So for Baldurized, I do use mods from the game's built-in mod manager. I figured that was a way that could allow the most people to follow along without having to use any external tools, but also give me some more creativity and flexibility. And if you're interested in all the mods that I use, I do have a video on my page that goes over that in detail, and I'll link that for you now. And with that, I think we can jump into this tutorial. Today we're going to make Caitlyn Kiramman from Arcane and League of Legends. And to start off, we're going to select human as the race and go with body type 1. Then on the general tab, we'll be selecting Caitlyn's face. This is coming from a mod, and that mod is Mantis's Face Preset Collections Volume 2. And the face we're going with is called Dana A-H-U-M. And while we're on this tab, we're also going to scroll down and adjust her skin tone. And the color we want is called Neutral Tone 1. It should be in the base game, no mods required. All other sliders on this tab should be set to 0. We will come back once we get to hair, but we'll save that for later. Moving on to the body art tab, we just want to make sure we don't have any tattoos or piercings enabled. And that brings us to the eyes tab, and we do use a mod for this. And that mod is called Eyes by Tabitha. And you want to be sure to check the all eye colors box, scroll down, and we're looking for the blue color called Moonlit. And now that Caitlyn has her bright blue eyes, we can move on to her makeup. And Caitlyn's makeup is very minimal and won't require any mods. For her mascara option, we're picking makeup number 3, and then we're going to adjust the color to black number 1. Once we've got the color selected, we're going to bump the intensity up to level 85, and then we're going to adjust the metallic tint level to level 100, and we leave the glossy tint level at 0. Then for her lip tint, we're going to use the color brown number 2. We're going to raise the tint intensity to level 47 and leave the metallic tint level and glossy tint level both at 0. And now that we have Caitlyn's face looking how we want, we're going to move on to her hair. And to achieve Caitlyn's look, we're going to combine 2 different hairstyles. It's a technique I use in Baldurized all the time. But first, we'll select Caitlyn's main hairstyle, and this is coming from a mod. And the name of that is Kay's Hair Mod. And in that, we're selecting Kay's Princess Ephil, and we want the no bangs version. Then we're going to adjust Caitlyn's main hair color, and this is also using a mod. And that mod is called Astral Hair Color Supplement. And the color we want is this Astral DL Deep Ocean. It's the 3rd dark blue option here. The Astral mod pack actually lets you dye either hair, eyebrows, or eyelashes in different combinations. We want this 3rd option here. And that one is just dyeing the hair and the eyebrows. And otherwise, on the hair tab, we're gonna leave both the highlights and the graying options both at level 0, so it does not matter what color you make those, they're not gonna be incorporated. The last thing we need for Caitlyn's look is actually another part of her hair. This is going to be coming in through a mod that lets you add bangs. And that mod is called P4 Bangs Bangs Everywhere. The mod adds in this Jaws section on the general tab, and we're just going to scroll down. And we want to select the option NPC Layered Lob Fringe Shadow Heart. And adding this in allows us to have kind of a side part with bangs like Caitlyn has, then also lets us keep that main hairstyle we chose for the length and the part falling over her shoulder. So now we have Caitlyn's appearance looking how we want it, and we're going to move on to doing her outfit next. But before we do, I do have one other tutorial video out. It's Jester Lavore from the Mighty Nine. Check it out, I'm gonna link it here, and let me know any feedback you have on that video or this video so I can make the next tutorial even better. Alright, let's jump into the outfit and dyeing it the colors we want. So we will be using a mod to get Caitlyn's outfit. The mod is called Fear Taylor's Camp Clothes, and I use it pretty much for all of my Baldurized builds. It just gives you a ton of outfits and even custom clothing options. The mod gives you a chest that you pick up in the tutorial area, and in that chest are a bunch of sub boxes with hundreds of different outfits and accessories you can use. One call out for it is you are limited to only using the outfit slots, so those top 3 on the right, you get 1 for the primary outfit, 1 for the shoes, and then whatever accessory you choose gets equipped in the underwear slot. So for her clothes, we're going to be using the Fear Taylor 6 outfit, and that is coming from the custom clothing sub box. So let's go ahead and equip that. And then moving on to her shoes, we want to equip the Evasive Shoes, and that is coming from the Shoes sub box. And this is what those look like when equipped. And then for her accessory choice, I went with a pair of gloves. These are called leather gloves, and you'll find those in the underwear slot sub box. And before we move on to dyeing her outfit, I'll just mention that I also make compilation videos when I've done enough characters from a series. I have one out on the Mighty Nine and Huntrix, and I'll probably do one for Arcane. I'll link that up here. Okay, now moving on to dyeing the outfit, we're going to need 2 different mods. The first one is called Faerun Colors, and this gives you a box with a bunch of different dyes that have unlimited use. And for Caitlyn's main outfit, we're going to be selecting the color called Gale Origins. It's towards the bottom. And this is going to give that armor some Piltover colors. We've got purples, blues, and then black and white. And then we'll also need another mod called All Camp Clothes and Dyes. This gives you some chests, including one with all of the dyes from the base game. And from here, we'll be using the same dye for both the gloves and the shoes. It is called Muddy Red Dye, and that's going to give us a nice brown color. And that gives us Caitlyn's finished look. I'll do a couple spin arounds here so you can check her out. And then after this, I'll include a section that goes over all the mods, and be sure to link those in the description of this video. In the shorts, I always say what I think I would class them. I believe I said for Caitlyn, either a Gloomstalker Ranger or a Assassin Rogue. You could also see her maybe being an Arcane Archer Fighter, maybe even a Battlemaster Fighter. But always interested in how you all would class them. Okay, but let's jump into the mod overview so you know everything you need before you start building Kate. But like I said, I'm only using mods from the game's built-in mod manager. Right on the start menu, you can just click on that mod manager button. And once you're here, you can search the mod names I'm about to list and add those into your game. First up is Kate's face, and that's coming from Mantis's Face Preset Collection number 2, and this is what that mod page looks like. Then for her eye color, we'll be using Eyes by Tabitha, and this is what that mod page looks like. Next, for Kate's main hairstyle, we'll be using Kay's hair mod, and this is what that page looks like. Then, to combine it with the bangs separately, we'll be using P4 Bangs Everywhere, and this is what that page looks like. And last, for the hair, we'll need Astral Hair Color Supplement to get that dark blue color, and this is what that page looks like. For Kate's outfit, we'll need Fear Taylor's Camp Clothes, and here's that mod page for reference. To dye her main outfit, we'll need the Faerun Colors mod, and here's that mod page. And the last mod we'll need is All Camp Clothes and Dyes, which we'll use to dye her gloves and boots, and this is that mod page for you. And those are all the steps you have to follow to recreate Caitlyn Kiramman in your game. If you made it this far in the video, I just want to say thanks so much. I'm about 3.5 months into this content creator thing. I'm really loving it, but totally open to any feedback, criticisms, whatever. I just want to make this entertaining, informative, so let me know your ideas, share your builds, share your pictures. I want to see it all. And if you're enjoying this content, please like and subscribe.